Hey, beautiful people, welcome to episode 10 of Credit 101. In this episode, we're going to talk about who can actually get a copy of your credit reports. Just because you guys have a credit report, that does not mean anybody can actually get a copy. And we have something called inquiries that we already talked about. And certain companies can actually pull your credit reports, which you will see an inquiry on credit reports, or sometimes they'll do like a soft pull and see your credit reports. Some companies, they really can just go ahead and just look at your credit report. We're going to talk about who can actually do that because your credit report is very, very valuable in terms of how you're going to live your life. If you're going to be able to get a certain loan or what interest rate you're going to get. So everybody just can't get your credit reports. And this information is very valuable because you may have to sue a company for getting a credit report that they were not supposed to get, especially if they make a bad decision or screw up some things in your life because of this credit reports. So first thing is, anytime you guys apply for a credit card, once you guys get approved for that credit card, your potential creditors plus once they just be a creditor because they gave you a credit card, they can continuously look at your credit reports. Once you guys have an account with them, they can look at your credit report at any time. So understand that mortgage lenders, they can look at your credit reports. When you guys apply for a mortgage, they're going to most likely look at all three credit reports, all three credit bureaus. And then also, once you have a mortgage, they're going to most likely look at your credit reports also. Landlords, when you guys try to rent an apartment, you guys will see that landlords are going to want to look at your credit report and see what's on there. A lot of times they just want to see if you had any type of delinquent account. Sometimes they don't want to see collections on there either. It's just bad, you guys. If your reputation is bad, if you have collections on your credit reports that you did not pay, they just feel as if you're not going to pay them, and they just want certain people to be tenants for them. Okay, and it's just nothing that's unfair, but they want to be able to see this. That's why you guys have to clean information up. Utility companies, now utility companies are able to look at your credit reports also, and they're going to decide on not if they're going to give you, if they're going to be able to give you services, but what the deposit is going to be. No matter what's on your credit, if your credit is very, very bad, they cannot deny you utilities. But what they can do is say, hey, we're going to need this amount as a deposit. So keep that in mind. Now, student loan lenders, usually it's parents that's wanting the plus loans that they're going to get their credit reports viewed for student loans, but student loan companies can actually look at your credit. It's usually for the parents, like I said, that want to do the plus loans. Insurance companies, when you guys want insurance, they definitely look at your credit. And a lot of times your credit is going to be factored into whether or not you're going to be able to get, if you will get insured or not, or what rate they're going to give you, how much you're going to have to charge for it. So insurance company, also car insurance company, that's another thing. Employers, I remember I had a client that was going to be working in Washington, and they said, I need to have a certain credit score. I can't have these accounts on there. And I was like, why? This don't make sense. But now I know it's based off of your risk of bribery. If you guys have a lot of debt, you guys are going to be easily, persuaded, should I say. You could be easily bribed. That's how they look at it. So they just want to make sure that you don't have these negative accounts. And also government agencies, sometimes they think about giving you certain type of assistance, things like that. If you're trying to get a special license, they may have to look at your credit reports. Collection agencies, they want to know where you stay at. So they're going to pull your credit reports. And then they also want to know what's your employer so that they can put a wage garnishment in for you. And that's why I usually tell people, don't put your employer on there. I just didn't see someone just get denied so much because they didn't have an employer on there. If you know that you're having a lot of problems with your credit, but you don't want to file bankruptcy, maybe you just want to pay it off normally, you naturally just pay it off slowly. Please make sure you don't have your employer on there. Or sometimes too, I'm not saying don't have a current address, but they can have these different things and they can start garnishing your check before you even call and settle with them. Okay. So understand that if you guys were to have a judgment, then they can go ahead and request a copy of your credit report. And then entities with court orders, sometimes they need to look at your credit reports. So they will be able to pull your credit reports. But those are the different companies that can pull your credit reports. Now we're going to get into this FICO. I know I told you guys episode 10 was about the FICO, but it's actually episode 11. So let's go ahead and talk about FICO and what it consists of. I'll see you guys in episode